You have to watch this so that we can prove that I'm not the only one saying this thing. So watch it.
I want to use this opportunity, you understand, to tell my Nigerian brothers they must be ashamed of themselves. All those Nigerian brothers and sisters that are dragging South Africa, comparing South Africa with Nigeria. Comparing South Africa with Nigeria. That is an ignorant. People know the truth. South Africa can never be compared with Nigeria. Tell me one good thing about Nigeria, if not only manpower. Even that manpower is because we are suffering. That's why we are so strong. We are raised in that way because of poverty.
This portfolio committee.
Now, the chairperson, Anthea Ramolobeng, says this is increasing the burden on South Africa's prisons.
Hello haters. You put us in prison and you think we are suffering. No, my brother, we are doing extremely fine. Look how happy we are. This morning we had breakfast, and in the afternoon we had lunch, and we had supper. And we are about to have dinner, my brother.
Tricky situation. I feel for people that are saying they should be sent back, and at the same time, these people are not here. Some of them are not here by choice.
It invokes various executive powers relating to the ongoing invasion of the southern border.
Prosecution and possible application of
Testing. Wow, welcome back yet to another interesting, educative, expository, and most importantly, mind-blowing episode right here on the stable of Life of an African Woman. Thank you once again. I can't stop saying thank you for all the love and support on here. And yes, for the names listed in the comments, I would definitely pick one and announce it to you. Or I think I have about 3 names, yes, that you guys have suggested to us. Okay, and that aside, we are back with another interesting video, and yet educative but eye-opening video clips that have been researched and put together for our knowledge and understanding. Right, I know this channel is definitely not going to be for everyone, exception to those who understand what it means to talk about critical, pressing, controversial, and yet life experience sort of issues that people encounter, not just people, countries encounter. It's been a long time coming that most countries that I didn't even know, like for example South Africa, Zimbabwe, name it, so many African countries have been experiencing a lot of things, right? Both on the negative and on the positive that most of us do not know, because most times our main focus seem to be in the Western European countries, saying that they are doing things that definitely we think as Africans are really the right things to do. But little will we know that the earlier and the sooner we begin to focus on us, like focus on us, not as though we would not take cognizance of what other countries are doing, focusing on us by being intentional with our actions, our inactions, the things we want as a people and as a country, times without number, the earlier and the better for us. I never and would never have known that pure before now. There are a lot of inmates in some countries' prisons that are illegal criminals in their prisons that are outweighing the number of the citizens, the country's own citizens, inmates. Of course, we know that in all countries, they have inmates that are citizens, some from the country, right? For example, Nigeria, we all know that countries' citizens have issues, and for one reason or the other, they are being sent to prison by the veto power of the law being confirmed and convicted at the end of the day. So we have inmates in all countries. Some also are non-citizens of the country who are immigrants as well, came into the country for one reason or the other and found in the act of crime, convicted to be criminals, and they are serving. But little will you know, or would I even have known, that we have a lot of inmates in South Africa, just as the US have started, yes, deporting them back to their country. Let's take a look at that first.
It invokes various executive powers relating to the ongoing invasion of the southern border.
prosecution and possible application of
largest deportation program in US history. That's what Donald Trump has promised. And he's off to a quick start. The first week has given us a glimpse of what to expect. Lightning raids, mass arrests, and quick deportations. But there are some challenges looming. Tonight we'll take a close look at Trump's showpiece policy, his crackdown on immigration. First, some numbers. US agents arrested 538 illegal migrants yesterday. Hundreds of them were also deported. They were flown back to their home countries in military aircraft. Now that number may look impressive to you, more than 500 arrests in just one day. Yet, it's just a drop in the ocean. Because the US is home to more than 11 million illegal migrants. 11 million. At this rate, more than 500 per day, it would take 22,000 days to arrest all of them, which is around 60 years. And Donald Trump knows this. That's why his immigration policy is multi-pronged. He's attacking this problem from three different sides. The first is obviously deportations. Finding, arresting, and sending back illegal migrants. But as we mentioned, this is costly and time-consuming, plus you can run into trouble. Look at what happened in Newark, which is a city in New Jersey. It is run by a Democratic mayor. It is also a sanctuary city, meaning this is a city that protects illegal migrants from deportation. On Thursday, US agents raided a business there. That too without a warrant. Even US citizens were rounded up in the raid. One of them was a military veteran. And this will be a problem for Donald Trump. He may get cooperation in Republican cities, but Democrats are going to push back. Which brings us to his second angle of attack. Targeting birthright citizenship. That's a big incentive for migrants to enter the US. Let me explain this one. The US Constitution guarantees citizenship for anyone born in America. Anyone, the status of their parents does not matter. Even if they're illegal migrants, their child born in the United States will be a US citizen. That is the law. Donald Trump tried to ban that on Monday. Okay. But the US court has blocked his decision. It has called the move blatantly unconstitutional. Trump says he will appeal it.
Do you have any reaction? Mr. President, a U.S. judge temporarily blocks the birthright citizenship order. Do you have any reaction?
No, obviously we'll appeal it. They put it before a certain judge in Seattle, I guess, right? And there's no surprises with that judge.
Well, this can play out in two ways. Trump can take this case all the way to the Supreme Court. This court has a conservative majority, so maybe they will side with him. If not, the US Congress can pass a law to ban birthright citizenship. We are talking about amending the Constitution here, so the process is quite difficult. Trump needs a 2/3 majority in the US Congress. After that, he needs 2/3 of all state legislatures to back it. As things stand, that's impossible. It's not going to happen, which brings us to Trump's third angle of attack, tightening the border. Hundreds of US soldiers have been deployed to the Mexico border. More barriers are also being constructed. The idea is to plug any holes to ensure that illegal migrants do not cross over. Trump has also tweaked the asylum policy. Under Joe Biden, it was catch and release. A migrant could stay in the United States while awaiting court hearings. They were not put in immigration centers. But under Donald Trump, the policy is remain in Mexico. The migrants can still apply for asylum, but they must stay in Mexico during the proceedings. And this policy has some critics. They say families and kids are forced to live in unsafe conditions. Well, that sums up 5 days of Trump's immigration policy. He hit the ground running, but the system is slowing him down. The question is he on the right track? Well, first of all, let's get one thing straight. Every country needs a strong border. You cannot have migrants pouring in without any checks. There is also a limit to how many migrants a country can take. After all, it's their sovereign decision. So Donald Trump is right about the first part. The US border and the US immigration system is broken. Now we come to the second part. How should it be fixed? Trump is shutting off legal avenues to seek asylum. He's making it long and difficult to enter the US legally. So what do migrants do? They will try to cross over illegally, which sort of defeats what Trump is trying to do. There are huge smuggling and trafficking rings near the Mexico border, and they are expecting a bump in business now. A better option is to take out the incentives. Ask yourself, why do migrants take the risk? Why do they chase US residency? Because there are no jobs in their home countries, because there is no safety or future for them. Trump is not helping that by threatening tariffs on Mexico or Central America. If he imposes tariffs, it is going to be counterproductive. So Donald Trump's goal is right, but his approach is flawed. This problem can only be solved with cooperation. You need bipartisan policies at home. You need partnerships in the neighborhood. Bullying or threatening is not going to help.
Now you see, first off, most of them are resisting deportation, just like we've seen. And it's a problem, it's an issue. Like I told you in my previous episode, Trump is not joking, he didn't come to play. And most of you, my sons, were like, Donald Trump, US, are xenophobic. Right? Judging from what other people would have, labeled and tagged you, or way you are acting right. Now, the table has turned. It is the US and some countries here, they are warming up now, that they are following suit. Like I told you, thousands, hundreds, millions of people are already being deported. That's a very, very tragic and emotional saying, but on the other hand, they were warned, isn't it? Yes. And aside that is exactly how it's supposed to be, because I believe at this point, the reason why the US voted for Donald Trump is majorly for these reasons and other factors, other things that has been affecting the country all this while during the time of Joe Biden. Yes, and that's why they want somebody who will come and sanitize and cleanse their country, because of a truth, if they do not take actions, stringent actions like this, it's a normal thing. I don't blame it on them. I don't feel bad about it. Know that their country will not be the way it's supposed to be and how they want it to be, which is back to the subject matter, what South Africans have been doing, right? And some other countries. Why I mostly use South Africa is because in Africa here, they have been the ones that have always stood their grounds to always stand to defend their cause and say no to illegal immigrants, no to criminals, and saying enough is enough. Enough is enough for the advantages most citizens from other countries have been taking on them and, perpetrating in their country by committing crimes, by defrauding, unaliving. In fact, so many things that are really incriminating, so many things that are in all shades of wrong in their country that they have been standing against is what they've been doing right from time immemorial. And it seemed as though most people didn't understand them. Most countries, especially Zimbabweans and Nigerians and Mozambicans and the rest of them. But I'm happy that what is happening today in the United States, I will keep emphasizing on this and referencing on that, because it's now a deterrent, it's now a lesson and an eye-opener for everyone to now see that yes, South Africans have been doing this and they've always been doing that, just like other Western European countries. Emphasis on United States that is top on the list. They are top on the list in this mass deportation they have kickstarted, and it is no joke. You have seen, you've heard. And guys, do you know that when I dug deep and I came to realize that in South Africa we have boastful, arrogant, proud inmates from other countries, like other country citizens that are in their prisons. And guys, I didn't even know that they feed them this well. I didn't even know that they are this comfortable, they are this well taken care of. Like, what's the difference between an inmate in South Africa and other Western countries, developed countries? What is the difference? Absolutely, I see nothing. Because why most people at the end of the day can tell you, like, for instance, myself sitting here, that the way it is in South Africa and the way it is in the Western world is because in my country, if you want to experience hell upon hell upon hell, come live in Nigeria as someone who do not even have something to fall back at or to live on. It's a living hell already. Then adding to the fact that you are being locked up in a Nigerian prison, guys, oh my god, I know there are exceptions to special people where they keep them, but in a real Nigerian prison experience is a typical example of the hell fire that we are expecting when Jesus comes, right? When God comes or Jesus comes to destroy this world. That is what is being experienced, even down to the local police stations that you are being detained in the cell unit, is hell after hell, right? Talk more of the prison that you need to stay and serve for a long period of time. If your people are not there to take or look after you, you are finished. Like, it is over for you. Now, I came to realize that it is absolutely different in South Africa. Evidence is here.
Portfolio Committee.
Now, the chairperson, Anthea Ramolobeng, says this is increasing the burden on South Africa's prisons.
Hello haters. You put us in prison and you think we are suffering. No, my brother, we are doing extremely fine. Look how happy we are. This morning we had breakfast, and in the afternoon we had lunch, and we had supper. We are about to eat dinner, my brother. We are doing extremely fine. We are not even suffering at all. We are happy. And look here, we are not even paying rent. We are not paying electricity. Nothing, my brother. We don't even cook food they give us for free. We don't even cook. The difference is the same, my brother. No, we are not. No, my brother. We don't need toiletries. We give for free. And the education is going to be free in prison.
Just about foreign nationals that are criminals that are in jail, and South Africans, taxpayers now are footing their bill for their accommodation as well as meals. What do you think should happen? Should their countries intervene, or should we continue as footing that bill? What do you think should happen?
My point, I just think that they need to actually be taken home, to be taken care of at home. I think that will be better for them to be jailed there and to be financed by their countries.
Number of foreign nationals in our facilities. This is a dire concern that the department is facing.
Even foreign national government, they need to intervene to save their people too. They need to pay us as their people are in our country, so that we go 50-50, because we are feeding our people, then outside in our country people are suffering with work and stuff. That money was supposed to be invested in something else that will innovate our people in South Africa. So, but hence tax money payer goes to the jail and stuff. It's a total waste of time, because people are in jail are more fed than people are outside. They're enjoying more life than people are suffering outside. They're looking for jobs, they're not getting jobs. There's other stuff. It's a very tricky situation. I feel for people that are saying they should be sent back, and at the same time, these people are not here. Some of them are not here by choice. They are here because of the situation which they find themselves in. So for me, I can't definitively actually say, what should happen, but I would say there needs to be found a middle ground.
On Tuesday in Parliament, they got the numbers. We were told they did an oversight visit. That's the Portfolio Committee on Correctional Services.
Yeah.
And they discovered that there's a huge number of foreign inmates who are exacerbating overcrowding in our prisons.
Which of course is an issue. And just as we come out of that Stilfontein story and that briefing that's coming up, the people who were arrested with regards to Operation Umkoti, about 1,500 people who are supposed to be in our prisons, where are they going to go if they're already overcrowded? So that brings us to our viewer question this morning, and here's what we'd like you to engage us on. What should South Africa do with foreign inmates who are flooding our prisons?
It's interesting to me, Uguti, this is a type of problem that we need to face in South Africa. I don't really understand what's the difficulty behind deporting each and every one of those criminals. Or is it their home countries, maybe they don't want to receive them? What's going on? Because we can't be stuck with a lot of illegal foreigners in our prisons, just there eating, sleeping, sheltered there. Why don't they deport them? I mean, what's stopping them? What's so difficult to deport all of them? Or is it me who doesn't know? Maybe it's a difficult process. Who's preventing the government to take all of those people and take them to their respective countries? That's why maybe I'm saying, is it their countries? Maybe their countries don't want to receive them, or it's a thing of paperwork. What's the problem? Because we can't have a problem. We are stuck with illegal foreigners in our prisons, and we don't know what to do with them. We don't know what to do with them. These people are coming from somewhere. They have their home countries. So when we say we don't know what to do with them, I don't really understand the thinking process behind it, or the reason why is it so hard for us as the South African government to just take all of these people back to their countries. What's stopping them? Maybe you know the reason behind this whole thing. Tell me on the comment section down below. I would really love to learn from you. I would really love to understand, because this one, I can't really understand it. When I think about it, it just twists my mind. Okay, so they are saying we have all of these people in our prisons, and then people are complaining, these people are eating taxpayer money, people in town. What do they think about this whole thing that is happening right now in our prisons? So a lot of people had differing opinions. I'm just stitch the clip right now so that you can get a picture of what are South Africans out there in the streets saying about this thing that's becoming a concern right now. This thing that I don't really understand why it should be even a concern, because these people should just be taken back to their countries. So let me stitch this video for you, and then tell me on the comment section down below your own personal opinion on this thing, and also explain to us if you know what there is a reason that prevents the South African government from deporting all of those people who are in jail. Tell us on the comment section down below. We would like to learn from you. But if
They are on it's once those criminals, and then peace.
I think the even foreign national government, they need to intervene to save their people too. They need to pay us as their people are in our country, so that we go 50-50, because we are feeding our people, then outside in our country people are suffering with work and stuff. That money was supposed to be invested in something else that will innovate our people in South Africa. So, but hence tax money payer goes to the jail and stuff. It's a total waste of time, because people are in jail are more fed than people are outside. They're enjoying more life than people are suffering outside. They're they're looking for jobs, they're not getting jobs, and other stuff. It's a very tricky situation. I feel for people that are saying they should be sent back, and at the same time, these people are not here. Some of them are not here by choice. They are here because of the situation which they find themselves in. So for me, I can't definitively actually say, what should happen, but I would say there needs to be found a middle ground.
I sincerely think, me myself personally, the country must intervene, give South Africa some kinds of money to support their people, because now actually the people on the street, South Africa is supporting them very wrong. And you know for yourself, unemployment is a huge factor here in South Africa.
Well, you heard those sentiments coming through from some people in Randburg. In fact, I've got a gentleman here that I want to ask that very question. Just about foreign nationals that are criminals that are in jail, and South Africans, taxpayers now are footing their bill for their accommodation as well as meals. What do you think should happen? Should their countries intervene, or should we continue as footing that bill? What do you think should happen?
My point, I just think that they need to actually be taken home, to be taken care of at home. I think that will be better for them to be jailed there and to be financed by their countries.
You have to watch this so that we can prove that I'm not the only one saying this thing, so watch it.
I want to use this opportunity, you understand, to tell my Nigerian brothers they must be ashamed of themselves. All those Nigerian brothers and sisters that are dragging South Africa, comparing South Africa with Nigeria. Comparing South Africa with Nigeria. That is an ignorant. People know the truth. South Africa can never be compared with Nigeria. Tell me one good thing about Nigeria, if not only manpower. Even that manpower is because we are suffering. That's why we are so strong. We are raised in that way because of poverty. Can you compare a rich man child and a poor man child to carry a bag of cement? Somebody, the father already made everything possible for that person. You expect the person to suffer. Yeah, you Nigerians, you people irritate me. South African government are doing better compared to Nigeria. What is Nigeria? No good hospital, no good road, nothing, no good water. No respect for any human being. And you people are here making noise on social media, comparing yourself with South Africa. I want to know one thing that Nigeria is better than South Africa, if not only manpower. And even that manpower, like I said, is because we are suffering. That is why we have that kind of power to struggle life. We have been struggling life.
See, I didn't have to show the full video because the guy already made the points. The thing is that when Nigerians talk, you begin to wonder whether something is missing in their mentality. I know what I'm talking about because I'm in Nigeria. When Nigerians talk, you begin to wonder whether this person, it gives it away that something is missing. Something that should be present in their neuro, in their brain, is actually missing. That's why this guy said, we all know these things. You cannot compare Nigeria to South Africa. You can't even compare Nigerians to South Africans. You can't do that. You're just trying to, make a force. You're just trying to raise controversies, which eventually comes back to make a caricature of you. You cannot see, when it comes to level in everywhere, Nigerians are miles below South Africans. Miles below South Africans. Miles below South Africans. As in fact, right now, you cannot compare Nigerians to Ghanaians. They are miles below Ghanaians. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you, as a country and as a people, I'm telling you the truth. Do you know, I tell people, do you know what came into South Africans to make the decision they made that changed the trajectory of the existence? Do you know that thing is pure genius? Pure genius. And when people talk, Nigerians will be talking. We'll be talking. Because in Nigeria, we honor criminality as long as that criminality fetches money. And we think it's like that everywhere in the world. Oh goodness. Let's have sense. Let's have sense. You see, it pains my heart because this thing begins to make mockery of Nigeria. It makes mockery of who we are. I'm telling you the truth. It begins to destroy even the little things that we have. The minute thing that we have, it destroys it. It's unfair. It's unfair.
Now, did you hear these inmates who are not even looking like inmates, sounding arrogantly like with all boastfulness and confidence that they are not suffering. And this sounds like, I don't know the country, but let me not mention name because the accent here is given, right? But that's not what we're here for. What we are here for is these people literally told us in our face, told South Africans in their face, the whole world in their face, that the prison is heaven on earth compared to what I just gave an instance concerning my country, Nigeria. I've never been to a Nigerian cell unit, disclaimer. I've never been to a prison. I've never been an ex-convict, but what I hear from other people's experience who have even read on the media would have, taught me enough or enlightened, educated me enough to know, right? But what I am seeing, I don't know if you're seeing it, without sentiment and bias, it's a different ball game altogether, that these people are living well, living life and enjoying life in prisons. Oh my God. Shout out to South Africa, because what is this in Africa? It's unbelievable. I never knew that they are being well taken care of. And this is as a result of using the resources of the country, right? To take care of other people's citizens who are criminals, illegal immigrants, tagged and confirmed criminals, to this extent that they are so proud to come and talk. South Africans, kudos, shout out to you, because you people have seen a lot. You people have experienced a lot. And to think of the fact that now, let's get to the bottom line, that the media is now asking what should be done, what the government should do. Are they asking the masses, the citizens, or they are asking other nations or the citizens who are in the prison, their country's leaders or their country's citizens? Because I don't seem to understand this part where they are coming to the street and asking people what they should do as a country. Now I get where most of you, my South African citizens, come from in saying that your government is really not representing, let me use the word, the right way, and not really taking you guys seriously just the way it's supposed to be. I feel your pain, I feel your plight, I have come to understand. But one thing I really at this point need to say is this: regardless, I know whom you people are and what you're capable of, and that's why these video clips that I have just played, right, is a reflection of what you people have been saying, a confirmation of what you people are experiencing. And at this point, I want to start by citing on that particular man who answered on the grounds that most of the people who are in the country were not there or are not there by choice, that they are there out of circumstances, right? I quite want to see through that part, but I stand to disagree, right? Because I would say they were not taken out of the country as a result of slavery or at gunpoint, right? If you say it is not by choice, now what is it like? Were they forced? These are people who are matured adults, exception to children who were born there, who had no choice to whatever experience they come to, see in life, right? But for an adult to leave his or her country to other people's country is definitely, emphatically a thing of choice. Like I will always say, have chosen to remain in my country, Nigeria, to build and fight for my country, to defend my country, to speak and stand for my country, right? And call out the wrongs from the right as a result of what I experience, I notice in my country. So I don't see exception to maybe I'm being taken by force on slavery or whatsoever, kidnapping or abduction. Then I can now say, okay, it's under duress. But these are decisions that people choose to take by leaving their country to other people's country. So what are we talking now? Make it make sense, because I don't want us to talk with emotions, sentiment, and bias. Because if I am referring to you as a brother, as a sister, as a partner, as a friend, as a child, I will tell you plain blank and period, just how it should be, right? These people literally went there by choice. Maybe you might say that what they expected is not what they went there to see. It does happen, I can understand. But at that point, what are you expected to do is to think of possible means of cleaning your mess, or better still, returning back home after a period of time if you can't figure out your stay or exactly what you're doing in other people's country. Because it's not compulsory that you must remain there. And now they dabble into crime. Not just minor, major crimes, as the case may be. In fact, going illegally is even a crime on its own. Let's even deliberate on that. Getting into other people's country is a crime, illegally, non-documented, for the wrong reasons and not through the right path, right? And that is what people should be putting their eyes and pinpointing on, right? Now you get there, and one way or the other, you find yourself in prison. It's already a red cross for you, because it is over, right? It is over, dented and done with you, for you to even be in the prisons. I know there are people who are there innocently, maybe something they didn't commit, one way or the other, they found themselves in that mess. Exception to those people, because I will give exceptions, right? But you intentionally committed a crime by leaving your country illegally first, getting into the country second, and committing crimes that will land you in prison is already a hassle. It's already a headache. Somebody please understand me. What? Now, the majority of the people in South African prisons, I know it's like this for so many countries, comment below, even my country too, we have non-citizens, immigrants in the prisons, outweigh the number of the citizens, inmates. Country feeds, cater, like you hear them, they are living like kings. And at the end of the day, it's reaping the economy of the country of South Africa. Don't you get it? See what Trump is doing? Like, no time, take them. And even when they take them to their country, like one of these countries that rejected its own citizens at arrival, oh my God, it's sending a signal, right? A lot is going to unravel, a lot is going to happen, but let's wait and watch and see. I've shown you a clue of what is happening and what's definitely going to happen. By the time other countries kickstart and start doing same, then everybody will be left with no option at this point to go back home and begin to take accountability and responsibility of owning, building, defending, representing, and standing for their country. Because at the end of the day, that is what it's supposed to be. So that we will now understand why people should even leave their country to other people's country. Maybe for vacation, then fine. For one, important reason, not just you're running, because the emphasis now is on running. Japa means run, escape, leave. And it's mostly Nigerians, Zimbabweans, some other African countries that are fond of this because of a failed country, a failed state, nation, name it. And you are overflowing other people's prison with, crimes and finding yourself in prison. Now, let me answer the media, the press that are asking, and my brother who also asked, because they are not getting it again. He's not getting it. He's not understanding, right? He's trying to, like so many of you are still asking, are you people supposed to be asking we the citizens what you should do? Now, let me tell you, because I smell and perceive, a foul and a, dirty thing. Africans, how we can be most times, right? If you are not benefiting from the fact that you are collecting money, resources from the government to feed these people who are not even supposed to be in your prisons in the first place, you're not benefiting something in one way or the other, you get what I mean? Then why should you even still keep them there? Is it when they have overpowered the whole place that they are even meant to be kept outside, or made provisions for other buildings or whatever that they should be extended to, that you understand the fact that they need to leave and exit your country as soon as possible and begin to know how to channel the resources that your country as South Africans have? And there's many countries that are experiencing the same thing, but we're using South Africa as a case study. Is it until then that you will know that it's a serious and a delicate, sensitive issue that needs immediate response ASAP? Is it? Now, let me suggest to us, this is my opinion, you can leave yours, and I stand to be corrected respectfully and constructively, right? Everybody's entitled to their opinion, and without, emotion, sentiment, and bias, without any form of hate. I just want to leave mine here. Now, let it be on record that I am putting it out there that these people should be taken back home immediately. Notify their country leaders, their government, that these people have been here for a period of time, following the way it should be according to the law, based on the law, of course. Now, how much have you spent on them? They should refund you, because it is not your fault that they came into your country, committed crime, and they're in the prison. It's a law that is, embedded in every country, that when a foreigner comes and commit a crime, you arrest them, right? Some countries, as America, will go as far as, if you as a citizen of any country commit a crime against their own citizens, we've seen it happen, they will ask you to be extradited to their country to serve there, even as a citizen of Nigeria or whatever country. It happens. But at the end of the day, they know how they manage their inmates, right? Now, if it is this way now and it is overcrowded, you are spending a lot of money that is supposed to be used to develop your country. It is not even in the best shape. You are trying to build, develop, and maintain your country, and you're spending your hard-earned money, resources as a nation that is supposed to be going for more important things on people like this that are so dumb. Like, I don't know how to classify these people, because I don't know their mental state at this point, because it is only someone who is mentally unstable that would even be an inmate, an ex-convict, a prisoner, and you come out with this audacity and cajoling attitude, making fun of yourself and the situation, right? But in summary, send these people back. If you don't have anything that you are gaining as a result of keeping them, send them back. Let the country know how much, notify their leaders, their country, their government, how much you people have spent on them. The transportation fare in deporting them back to their countries. If they want to fling them away, if they want to throw them to the waters, to the ocean, let them handle their inmates, let them handle their bad eggs. It's not your headache. It's not your situation to your cross to bear. Please, I beg of you people, no matter the country, say, South Africans, I'm using you people as a case study in reflection and in reference to other countries, right? Send them back. Calculate how much this country will need to balance you for how much you people have spent on them. Let them reimburse you back so that you begin to get your money back and use those money, yes, to do better things, right? Channeling your resources to the rightful source. Look at the complaint that people who are even out of the prison can barely even survive and sustain and live a comfortable life. Then it is people who are criminals, criminals, that should be benefiting all this. Like, make it make sense to me. You people are too good, and yet they call you xenophobic, they call you all manner of names. I'm sorry. I'm deeply sorry. I am deeply sorry, because I didn't get to understand this. Do you know that if these people were to be in Nigeria, they kind of, like I told you, hell after hell. If there's anything like hell after hell, the darkest part of hell, where they carry those iroko trees, the dried ones, and pile up and burn, as hot, as terrible, as deadly as they. Some people even get, pass on from there. If you survive Nigerian prison alive and you come back, thank God for you. Now, this is the opposite in South Africa, and just like the Western British countries that even have value for life. Shout out to Trump, whatever he's doing there. I'm happy. I am happy for this welcome development. On the other hand, I feel pity as well and sorry for these people who are already facing this thing, because this is what they should also expect. I'm a human, but it is what it is, right? And that is it. So if you are wondering as a son what you should do, send them back. If they are Nigerians, bring them back. Contact the Nigerian government. If they fail, start a case with them. Let them reimburse you your money, no matter the country. They should balance you people your money. They are owing you, because you did not ask them to release their citizens illegally without notice into your country and disrupting the peace, the safety, and the comfort of your country, the growth and the success of your country, even diverting your funds to miscreants, criminals like this. It is what it is, and it has to be said. Nothing but the raw and the bitter truth. It hurts, it aches in the stomach, in the heart. I know as I'm saying it, it will be aching a lot of Nigerians, a lot of citizens who do not understand where we are coming from, who do not understand the ideology, the mindset, the opinion of what a normal, stable human being's character, attitude should be. Because that is it. When you are on the opposite, everything I'm saying here will be irritating you. And I don't feel bad, because we expected to act differently, behave and reason differently, right? But to an extent, I don't condone such. You can just, go if you don't understand. But if you understand as a Nigerian, an African, no matter whom you are, let me know in the comment section exactly, because it's high time. Like I said, this year it's not definitely going to be easy for people who have proposed, who have dedicated in their heart that they will not respond to change, they will not respond to positive change, but rather they want to remain in their evil act character. This year is for you. Wherever you are in any part of the world, you'll be fished out and you'll be sent back. It doesn't matter your color, it doesn't matter your race. This is the year of accountability and responsibility, so that at the end of the day, every country will know their stance in the map of the world, and that is what I am rooting for. So it's definitely going to be harsh, like it is in the US. It's definitely going to be rash, it's definitely going to be hurting, painful, but it's a very hard process, a very hard, bitter process. It's not a sweet one, right? But the result will be very sweet to everyone, right? But if you are in other people's country at long run for the right reasons, well documented, like you are qualified to be there, kudos to you. You are not part of the people we are talking of. You are not part of the problems we have in other people's country. Because of a truth, people must definitely have reasons to visit or stay in other people's country. Exactly. We still have citizens of other countries in US who are working for their government, who are working in important and well respected position in the government, and they are not part of the people we're talking of. There are people who are even not working in all these government positions, and they are well documented. They don't have business with what we're talking about. But what we are talking about, or what the US, Canada and other countries who are starting up, taking the lead in this mass deportation, is people who fall under the category of illegal, non-documented, non-qualified, in a nutshell, to be in that country. And that is a thing. There are other things that are ongoing that I would definitely come back in my next episode, and we would deliberate and talk more on it. Like I told you, this is a place where you will be very, very lucky that you found yourself in, because you will be privileged to express yourself respectfully, emphasis, and constructively. We welcome constructive criticisms, but more of love, peace, and unity here. Okay, we don't breed hate. So when we talk rashly and harshly, most times it's for our own good. It's not all time sweet talks. So take it today. I'm just trying to be subtle, because I know a lot is definitely hurting in the heart, in the mind, and in the body of so many. So I don't want to be, the bearer of bad news, but I just still have to let us know our reality that has setting. So South Africans, do the needful there. Let your government sit up. Enough. Let them sit up and do what they're supposed to do. Don't be asking us, the masses, who even have little to no contributions to make, only by suggesting, reacting, just as I'm doing. It's my own quota. If I have the money and the resources, I would have even loaned and given you people free of charge to bring them, send them back home. That's it. That's what it should be, right? Yes, exactly. And let me give you a smile, right? Thank you so much at this point. For this is what we have today. My brother, who have definitely brought this to my notice from your channel. Shout out to you, and shout out to each and every one of you who have always been a supporter of this platform, who have seen where this platform is headed, who love me personally and have given me names. Like I said, I will come up with one, I'll pray about it and pick one, and that's what you can be calling me, okay? Aside any other thing, right? But that is it for today. Like, right here on the stable of life of an African woman, saying it just the way it is, not to demote, not to demarcate anyone, any citizen from any country whatsoever, but to analyze, educate, entertain, react, inspire, motivate, captivate, unite countries in West, East, North, and South Africa. In fact, Africa as a continent, yes, making it a better space that will definitely stand the test of time to beat in the map of the world. That's the goal, that's the aim, that's the objective. Like I said, you can't get it as a dull moment on here. You must definitely get premium quality time and value for your precious time, right? So tune in next time. Definitely, once your notification is on, turn the bell notification so that you always be notified whenever a new episode pops up right here on the stable of life of an African woman. Till then, let me know your thoughts, your opinion, your objectives, your input, whatsoever you actually think in the comments, and let's continue this conversation from there. Like, share, and subscribe, and all those good stuff. Till I see you in my next one. Keeping it real, happy, safe, and blessed. Keep the flag flying with positive spirit as you have a nice, productive, blessed, and a successful day, week, month out there, wherever you are watching me on your screen. Ciao, ciao.